Hi, I'm Betty McKnit, and today we are doing the last decrease row of our Metro North scarf, and I'm going to show you how to go around and work the edge. So in my last video, I showed you how to start these decreases, and I ended up somewhere over here. And then I continued to work on my scarf. And now I'm at this point where I ended up with 3 stitches before my center decrease. Now the pattern says 2 or 3 stitches before the center decrease. And the reason for that is I'm not giving you a specific row to begin your decreases on. The pattern is kind of more of a template for you to create and design your own unique scarf. So what happens is if you begin the decreases on a row that has an odd number or an even number, that's what accounts for this difference. So I could go ahead and work this the same way I always do and just do my decrease and then decrease in the center and then try and come back. But what we want to do for our edging is we want the last row of this scarf to end over here on the long end, the increase end. So we don't want this last row to be the row that's coming back and going this way. Okay, so that's why it says 2 or 3 stitches. So when you get here and you have 2 or 3 stitches, then that's your last row, and you're going to go that way and then continue around the scarf. So that's the reason for that discrepancy. Okay, so let's do our last row. Chain 3. And then since I have 3 stitches, I'm going to decrease 3 together. If you only had 2, you would decrease 2 together. And now I'm going to work the rest of the row in double crochet. And when I get to the end, I'm going to increase twice, just like I always do. Here I am at the end of my row. I have 3 stitches left, and I do my 2 increases at the end, just like I always do. And then my extended double crochet. Now I'm ready to work the top edge of my scarf. For the long edge, I just do a simple single crochet border. For the 2 short edges, I do a very simple picot. And you could do a fancier edge if you like, or you could do no edge. The scarf definitely is ready to go without an edge. But if you would like a more finished edge or something fancy, I would start with just plain single crochet around the whole edge as a foundation, and then you can add whatever you like. Once you have that single crochet, you can do whatever. But this is the edge that I like. I just do single crochet going across the top, the long side, and then I do single crochet with picot every 5 stitches on the short sides. So here's how I single crochet along the side edge of my work. And I think my way might be a little unconventional. I don't really know. I don't know if I made this up or not, or if it's already an established technique, but I like to work into the sides of the stitches rather than working around them like I see people do often. What I do is I pretend that these side stitches, I treat them like a foundation chain, and then I work a single crochet into them. So I find 2 threads on the side of the work and I go under 2 threads of the stitch. So I'm finding 2 threads at the bottom of that extended double crochet, and I'm going under 2 threads to work my single crochet. And there's no, oh, I made a split there. There's no exact, like I always do 2 in every double crochet, and I never do 3 or 3 over 2. There's no formula like that. So I feel like working into this turning chain here will give me an even spacing. So that's basically what I'm going for, is even spacing of single crochet. You don't want it to ruffle and you don't want it to pull. You want it to lay nice and even and flat. And so it's different. Every side stitch is different. Always finding 2 threads to go under right on the side. See how nice and even that is? It's just it's completely unobtrusive on my scarf. Here's my corner of my work. Coming around the corner of my long edge to my short edge. This was the very start of my work. So, I'm just going to take a couple extra single crochet to go around the edge. I'm just working around that tail that's going to have to be woven in. And now I'm going to start to single crochet around my first short side. And this is, again, working into the sides of the stitches. So I'm going to do that the same way I did, working around the long edge. Every 5 stitches, I'm going to throw in a picot. Okay, so that was 5. Now I chain 3. And instructions to picot, I believe, say slip stitch into the first chain. But what I actually do is I slip stitch into the side of this single crochet right here. Just the same way I do I work under 2 loops of the side of the work. I don't know, I guess I have a thing about working into the sides of stitches. I just put my hook under, I'm only catching one there. I put my hook under 2 threads of the side of the single crochet. Somebody will probably tell me I'm doing it wrong. But I don't know, ever since I started crocheting, I've just been making stuff up. It's just what I do. So I'm chaining 3, and then I'm slip stitching into the side of the single crochet. I just like my picots better that way. I don't know. You can definitely slip stitch into the first chain you make, or you can do it my goofy way. So here I am at the point of my scarf. Actually, I think I need to go one more single crochet. And at the point, I like to work 3 picot. So you chain 3, and I'm going to slip stitch into the side of that single crochet. And then chain 3. And then I'm going to slip stitch into that same space. Chain 3 again. Slip stitch into the same space again. Oops. And it just accentuates the point of my scarf a little bit. And since over here I only had 2 single crochet before the next picot, before I hit the point, I'm just going to balance that. So I'm just going to single crochet twice over here. And then picot again. And that just happened. That's not a design thing. So about halfway through your second short edge, you're going to switch from working into the sides of the stitches to working into the tops. And just keep going, because this will end up being a straight edge to your scarf. I'm still working into the turning chain here, and now I'm going to start working into the tops of the stitches and just keep going in a straight line. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to slip stitch into the top of my very first single crochet. Wow, I did that tight. What was I thinking? Just to square off my edge. And there's my edge. There's my long edge. There's my corner, and this was the very bottom point where I started my scarf. I hear the train outside, and Mudkip does not like the trains. Looks like I missed a picot right there. That might drive me crazy. And there's my other side edge, and you can see where the decrease row, the decrease edge meets the center decrease, and that turns into our last row. But that comes out looking like a pretty straight line. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed making your Metro North scarf, shawl, or bandana. Be sure to tag me online so that I can see and admire all your beautiful creations.